Alors là, on est à Ahmedabad. Je vais voir Aratrik de chez Tilla, toute seule parce que Louna est un peu malade aujourd'hui. Alors, Aratrik a étudié à la National Institute of Design d'Ahmedabad et il a monté sa marque qui s'appelle Tilla. Voilà, donc je vais aller le rencontrer aujourd'hui.
We are in Ahmedabad, in Paldi, where I studied at the National Institute of Design. And our brand is about making clothes. I don't like to say fashion because I think it's really much more everyday, and it's sort of to be used and to be worn. We use hand woven textiles from all over India. For example, the silk is a khadi silk and it's woven in Bengal, and this is silk screened, hand silk screened with a gold pigment. And these dots are very simple, they're block printed. These are dots again, but then it's a batik technique. This, for example, is a silk cotton, but it's woven also with a metallic thread called zari.
Whenever you're ready.
We work with many crafts, but we also work with the same community over and over again, because I think it's important to keep a sustained relationship, with them, because then it becomes easy to develop a wider design language, and there's also a real relationship, a sense of taking from them but giving back. A major part of our work is also we recycle a lot. The design would take last season's fabrics and then do little applique. We save all our scraps. As you can see, we really save every little bit of scrap. Normally this comes out of cutting waste from the tables, which we then use for patchwork and applique in the designs I showed you. And then out of the waste that we collect, this is what we do. And this is a portion of a garment.
Okay.
So like it will be used, maybe it's not here. Like that.
Okay.
So we create panels and then use them like as a solid. Part of the line is always upcycled from last season, because we also tend to work with more or less a similar palette. So it's always navy and black and midnight, and then towards the day it's ivories and creams and dove greys. So it's easy to move these around, and we don't like, it's not a typical fashion cycle. We don't see the need to reinvent it. Okay. But I think fashion can be approached like that as well. From a customer's point of view, where they don't really, nobody throws their clothes away after 1 year, So it's we need to also make things that are classic. And last year we moved from our old building to a new building, this one, and then we thought, okay, why not start a little cafe? So
I actually am not a trained chef. I'm a home cook. So I always used to cook for my friends, and Arthrik used to come home and he used to keep on saying, "Oh, you make good food. Let's start a cafe." So I said, "No, that's I just cook at home and all that." But I mean, it took him 2 years to convince me, and then we started. He started designing the cafe. I started making the menu.
So nice.
We decided that I'll put all the different types of food that I make at home on the menu. So we don't have one specific, you can't say it's Indian or you can't say it's Italian. We have pastas, we have pizzas, we have parathas, we have samosas, we have all sorts of things, So, and now it's what 1.5 years we've been in operations, and things are working out. So I think I'm not that bad a cook, I think. You see, food, Ahmedabadis love food, and everybody. So it's you can come and chill over here. You can have your snack. You can have lunch. You can have coffee and meet up your friends. At the same time, come at the gift shop and the thing is, we're in a part of town where there is nothing like this. In this area, you wouldn't find another cafe like this. So I think that sort of helps us get people in over here. We every once a month we have a band, or we have stand-up comedy, or we have something or the other going on over here. So it's become a place to hang. It's become a place where people like, and we have lovely greenery and outdoor seating, so people enjoy that as well. We just started the cafe, and then we thought it would be nice because we know so many artists and so many artisans, so it'd be nice to stock all these things in a place for people to come and buy. Try and get stuff from all sorts of people, amateurs who just started making new products, people who are into natural stuff. They're from Ahmedabad and from outside Ahmedabad. Okay, so a lot of these products are designed by people from NID, people from textile, people from furniture, people from all sorts of graduate from NID, and then they start making these things. So we stock them to promote them, maybe because nobody's going to give them a chance. And all this put together has made us Cafe Tilla.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Customers are into these sustainable issues you promote?
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
You can feel it in India?
Yeah, very much so. There is an interest, there's also a real concern. It's because it's so universal. It has to do with everyone's lives, not just designers' lives.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So yeah. A tip? Well, I think surely do things by yourself with your own hands. That's the best way to start, because when you do it yourself, you have a real understanding of how much time it takes, the amount of labor that goes into something. You also learn how to respect that material, you care for it better. You want to make things that last longer because you're doing it yourself. So I think when you learn how to do it by yourself instead of just asking someone else to do it, you build an appreciation for what goes into a product, which you can then translate when you design into another sustainable product. The most important thing is to do it with love and to do it at a very small scale, because that's when you can pay attention to all the detail that goes into doing something well.
This is pomegranate. This is removing the seeds. We use pomegranate in the salad, and we make a traditional Indian snack out of it as well.